Are we live? It looks like we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Pop Culture Asylum. I'm your host, Gabriel. I hope everyone had a great day today. I definitely did, and I hope everyone who is watching this video is also having a great day as well. It's Wednesday. You know what that means. AEW Dynamite was tonight, and woo! My God, what a show! Holy fucking shit. AEW Dynamite tonight was, my God, tonight was a generational show. Like, my God. Holy shit, bro. Holy shit. Like, I cannot wait to talk about it. Literally everything from top to bottom was fucking amazing. It's shows like this that goes to show that AEW continues to prove why they are the best promotion on the fucking planet. That's how good they are. Literally unstoppable. Like, bro, I literally cannot wait to talk about it. And also, we're also going to talk about AEW Double or Nothing, which I also thought was a great show. It's not exactly one of AEW's strongest shows, but I still thought it was a great show overall. So you're getting not one but two reviews tonight. I'm going to review AEW Double or Nothing, and I'm also going to review tonight's AE. Of course, I'm going to also review AEW Dynamite as well. So yeah, I cannot wait to talk about it. This is going to be a longer video as usual. So I hope you guys enjoy. And again, this is going to be a long one. So sit back, relax, make sure you have your snacks, make sure you're snuggle up in bed, and whatever. Let's talk about just AEW in general. Let's talk about AEW Double or Nothing. And well, before I'm getting a little too carried away. Let's first talk about the news because we do have some news. Okay, two pieces of news to be exact. Okay, one involving MJF, but we will get to that debacle in a little bit. Okay, but first, we're going to talk about Bray Wyatt, as it was teased that Bray Wyatt has teased possibly returning back to professional wrestling. So let me find the tweets real quick. Yeah, because I believe it was today, earlier this morning, that Bray Wyatt actually teased making his return to professional wrestling. So let me pull it up, and then I'll try to put the tweets and the link in the description after this video is over. So let me go right over here. Hold on, give me 1 second, guys. Here we go. So here are the tweets that he posted. It was yesterday, actually. Here are the tweets that he posted. Everything good that ever happened to me. First came a period, horrible suffering. I never ask why. I just wait for the rough part to end. I was chosen for whatever reason, and I got shit to do. It doesn't hurt anymore. It burns. I'm ready now. I'm tired of rating, tired of hearing irrelevant clowns speculate how I'll be perceived, tired of hearing about my greed, my desire questioned wherever, and whenever I decide to return. I'll remind everyone why they know my name again and again. Believe in me. Hashtag I found it. And also, the last tweet that he sent yesterday, patience. It's almost time. Now, this is very, very interesting because this could be a teaser of Bray Wyatt making his return to professional wrestling. Now, where does he end up? To be perfectly honest, I don't see him going back to WWE, considering how dirty WWE did Bray Wyatt. But does Wyndham Rotunda go to AEW? Now, I seen this as very controversial. I seen a good amount of people saying yes, and I see a good amount of people saying no. To be perfectly honest with you, I think Bray Wyatt, Wyndham Rotunda would be perfect for All Elite Wrestling, especially him as a with creative freedom. Yo, imagine Bray Wyatt as the new leader of the Dark Order. Like, I don't mind Wyndham Rotunda coming to AEW. Matter of fact, Wyndham Rotunda coming to AEW would be phenomenal. Okay, and would be a huge kick in the balls for WWE. Okay, because again, WWE are fucking dumb enough to release him. So, yeah, those are basically my thoughts on that. But those were basically the tweets he literally sent 24 hours ago, which I thought was very, very interesting. Again, after this video is over, I'll try to remember to put these tweets in the link in the description. But if you guys have a Twitter, then basically you can see these tweets on his Twitter account right now. So there is that. So now, let's talk about the other piece of news, and that is involving Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Now, in case you guys don't know, there was a slight incident on Saturday during the AEW Double or Nothing Fan Fest, as MJF was literally no-showed. He literally no-showed the meet and greet, which is fucked up. Now, a lot of people right then and there say that it was a work by MJF and AEW. Now, if this was a work by MJF and AEW, then that's kind of fucked up on AEW's part, because people flew over around the world, paid lots of money to see MJF. Okay. Now, people got their like refunds back and like other stuff. But like, yeah, MJF no show. And it was, according to Sean Ross Sapp, which is the most reliable source in the IWC, this was not a work. This was not a work whatsoever. This was all MJF. Okay, which was really fucked up by MJF if you really think about it. So, yeah, like already fucked up in and of itself. And it was also during that day, there was a booked flight for MJF. Like, he was literally about to leave Las Vegas, but he did not book the flight. He did not leave. He eventually saved, and of course, we got the MJF Warlow match. But the fact that MJF acted like this just was really fucking insane at the time. And it looks like we got some more information. Like stuff has been brewing between Tony Khan and MJF, specifically about like money and about MJF's contract. Now, Wade Keller of, I believe, PW Insider, basically said this. So this is a long one. Okay, I'm reading this from WrestlePurist.com. Again, I'll try to put the link in the description after the video is over. But here's what it has to say. This past Sunday, AEW Double or Nothing saw MJF lose in decisive fashion. Bit of a spoiler, but I'll go into a little more detail when I talk about AEW Double or Nothing. Lost in decisive fashion to his former bodyguard Warlow. However, the match was in doubt leading up to the event following Friedman's no-showing a Fan Fest event, with a flight reportedly being booked in his name out of Las Vegas. The match ultimately did happen, although reports emerged shortly after MJF only arrived at the T-Mobile Arena at the last minute and left immediately following his match completion. This dramatic situation was the latest chapter in the ongoing contract disputes between MJF and AEW, with the Pinnacle leader making it known that he's unhappy level of pay in comparison to others, and that he'll be considering his options when his contract expires in 2024. During a recent interview with PW Torch VIP audio show, Wade Keller proven an insight into the current status of disputes between MJF and AEW president Tony Khan. Keller noted that the absence of MJF at the aforementioned FanFest event were down to its own frustrations and a desire from AEW management sides to not allow these frustrations to boil over in such a public manner. The way it was portrayed to us is MJF was in no place to be in public. He was in a bad place. And it's just seemed, if not mutually agreed upon, it was pretty obvious to everybody that it would be good for him to not make a public appearance yesterday. So that kind of got things rolling. I've been learning stuff behind the scenes, on record, and on background for a while, and pieced together some more details as this story went along. This weekend was circled. I was told as a weekend that people in AEW was hoping that Tony Khan and MJF could sit down and hatch out their differences. They were just hope that cooler heads would prevail. Wade continued pointing out the differences between Khan's calm, cool, and collected demeanor in comparison to MJF's tendencies to allow his frustrations to overcome him. Tony Khan on social media can come across sometimes as defensive, but his demeanor otherwise, at least from anything anybody's scenes I talk to, is pretty calm, cool, and collected. MJF is a little different. MJF gets really worked up, and by all accounts, he's been so worked up that he just became sort of withdrawn and bitter to observers and people who have been around him or observed him at Dynamite lately. Many originally considered the starting point of these public disputes to be Tony Khan's frustrations with MJF, an interview with Ariel Helwani that MJF reportedly didn't schedule with AEW's PR department. Keller, however, revealed that according to sources close to the situation, Khan's reaction to MJF's interview was overblown in several reports. He instead states that MJF's decision to raise questions regarding his current contract during the meeting between the two was true, stating the point to the situation the pair now find themselves embroiled in. A key source in AEW through indicates Tony Khan wasn't that all upset about the situation. It was something he felt he needed to bring up to MJF, like, hey, don't do that next time. Now, other sources indicate that the conversation didn't go well because from there it veered into MJF expressing his bitterness over his contract status and that it was a breaking point in their relationship. MJF has since made it clear that he's unhappy that he wasn't given an early contract renegotiation offer. Keller went on to discuss the current terms of MJF's AEW deal, with the expiry date set to January 1st, 2024. Keller touched upon MJF's original agreement with AEW, noting that he received the typical deal handed to AEW's original signees around the time of the company's formation. Although MJF ultimately progressed higher up the card than other talents working on the same agreement. MJF signed an original starter contract with AEW. Oh, sorry. AEW MJF signed an original starter contract with AEW that was in the range of probably dozens of other early signings who have been with AEW ever since. Some has been cut, some has stayed in the lower card, some has moved to the mid card, a couple maybe moved to the upper card. Nobody moved higher than MJF. Among those are those starter deals. And by a starter deal, a very broad, loose range is like $40,000 to $70,000. It's a starter deal. And some might even be making $40,000. And I know there's some people who are just on a per day basis, but this was among the people who started signing starter contracts. People without a lot of leverage and any national TV exposure. And Tony was at a point where he's handing out a bunch of contracts. Oh, sorry. And he wanted to see who would be good and who wouldn't be, and who we wanted to stick with and who we wouldn't. So a lot of money goes out to a lot of people when you get that starter contract. And the idea for Tony is, when they come to the ones who deserve it, will get the raise. Oh man, there's a lot of stuff. And then after that, following on this, Keller then revealed that MJF did actually receive said raise in January of this year, although he is still considerably underpaid in comparison to a number of ex-WWE stars and free agent signings. He also notes, however, that there are several mid-card level talents that are also earning considerably more than MJF, leading to the majority of his frustrations over the current deal. By the way, MJF was given a raise once since he signed with AEW, so he's making it substantially more than the starter contract, like $100, like hundreds of thousands of dollars. But it's modest compared to the contracts of more than a half a dozen free agent signings AEW has made over the past year. Christian, Mark Henry, Malachi Black, Adam Cole, Bryan Danielson, CM Punk. There's six right there, and I'm leaving off a few more. All of them are making more than MJF right now. And like I told you with confidence, so yes, he got a substantial raise percentage wise, but it's modest compared to the contracts of more than a half a dozen free agents just in the last year that AEW paid, including wrestler nowhere near his stature as a top tier main event star and ratings draw. I think everybody would agree that Bryan Danielson and CM Punk deserve more than MJF. You would argue that Adam Cole should be in the ballpark, and if he is paid more, it's not like a huge deal. But MJF has always been way more valuable to AEW than Adam Cole. If you look at Christian, Malachi Black, Mark Henry, he obviously worth more and has been worth more to the company, and he's not just getting paid what near what they're getting paid in most cases, actually many cases, those wrestlers are getting paid 4 or 5 times more than him. So MJF is by all accounts is that it's kind of fuming over that MJF is kind of fuming over this. And then, of course, this is the last paragraph on this. According to Keller, MJF originally approached the contract discussions earlier this year with optimism, believing his contributions on screen to warrant a significant pay increase. In MJF's mind, however, he was let down by the offer on the table, leading to a situation to the level it has now reached. He's felt that his work, his professionalism, his rapport, and friendship with Tony Khan would have led to Tony renegotiating his deal when there was about 2 years left. And by the time January 1st, 2022 came around, yes, he got a new contract and a raise. But MJF was thinking, hey, come on, Tony, approach me. Get me on the level that some of these people that you keep bringing in. I'm doing great work and I'm drawing great ratings. And when Tony didn't do that, the way that MJF, the way he handled it, it was way he handled. Oh my God, I can't even speak tonight. I'm so sorry. And when Tony didn't do that, MJF, the way he handled it was to get very angry privately, and then it kind of exploded. I think Tony was caught off guard by how angry MJF was getting. MJF and Tony Khan were really close recently, as late as last year. MJF was one of those wrestlers Khan would have a long phone call conversations with about ideas for storylines and matches. At some point, that relationship fracture, and the real reason might be as simple as MJF feeling disrespected that Tony Khan didn't approach him with a new contract offer sooner. It was possible something else triggered or amplified the situation, but that hasn't been even hinted at in reports elsewhere from our sources. But some people are wondering, is there something else we don't know about? Keller finally touched upon the rumors of the public disputes between MJF and AEW being at work, with Keller shooting down this notion. He does, however, accept the possibility of a new improved deal being worked for MJF, which could subsequently allow the situation to be used in a kayfabe situation. Whew! My God, that was a lot to read. Oh my God. Whew! That was a lot to read. Holy shit. So again, if you guys want to read the article for yourself, I'll try to put the link in the description after this video is over. But I'm reading this from WrestlePurist.com. And this is this article is called "The Reported Details on How MJF AEW Deal Compared to Recent Signings." So here's are my thoughts on this, right? So MJF, like the fact that MJF is not being paid as much as a CM Punk or Bryan Danielson or Adam Cole, or Malachi Black, or Mark Henry. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's pretty ridiculous. Like, in a way, I can kind of understand MJF's frustrations. And to be perfectly honest with you, MJF should be paid more. He should be paid more. Okay, MJF should be one of the highest paid members of the AEW roster. MJF was MJF was getting MJF, like when it comes to ratings wise, usually MJF has has the best segments ratings wise. Not to mention he's one of the biggest stars in AEW. Everything MJF touches turns to absolute gold. Okay, look at MJF and Warlow. That storyline was phenomenal, and it made Warlow a star. So, right? The fact that MJF, right, is not being paid like Lars. The fact that MJF is not one of the highest paid wrestlers in the AEW roster. Yeah, that needs to be fixed ASAP. That needs to be fixed ASAP. Because if anyone deserves a big raise, okay, it's MJF. Okay. He should be getting that CM Punk money, that John Moxley money, that Bryan Danielson money. Okay. And that's why TK needs to give MJF that big raise. Okay. Because like I said, everything MJF touches turns to gold. And Tony Khan would be fucking stupid if he didn't give him a large sum of money. Basically, the money that he's giving CM Punk and Bryan Danielson and Adam Cole and John Moxley. Okay? So, yeah. Do I think how MJF is handling this? Kind of right? Not really. I feel like MJF, the way he's handling it a little bit is like a bit ridiculous. Like him being don't get me wrong, him being irritated a little bit is justified because again, MJF should be one of the highest paid wrestlers in the AEW roster. But come on, MJF literally left a meet and greet. Okay? And the way he's acting for not getting this, okay? Yeah, he has the right to be irritated, but that doesn't mean that you should be unprofessional about it. You know what I mean? Like this dude, left. Like this dude did not appear at a meet and greet, okay? Which people around the world, okay, well, not around the world, but a lot of people came to see MJF, paid lots of money to see MJF, okay, and he just left because MJF was didn't want anything to do with AEW and Tony Khan. Okay. I get it. Just by reading this, I can understand MJF's frustrations with AEW because, like I said, he should be getting paid that CM Punk money, that Bryan Danielson money, that Adam Cole, that John Moxley money. Okay, he should be one of the highest paid wrestlers in the AEW roster. And the fact that that's not the case is ridiculous. So by the time MJF signs a new contract, he should be paid that kind of money. But at the same time, like MJF, like he needs to chill out a little bit. Okay, but that's basically my thoughts on it. But I think the situation between Tony Khan and MJF has been sorted out because MJF did a promo tonight on AEW Dynamite, which was fucking crazy. But we'll talk about that when we get to that. So yeah, those are basically my thoughts on the MJF situation. Should he be getting paid a large sum of money? Absolutely. He should be getting paid. He should be one of the highest paid members of the AEW roster. Okay? Tony Khan, MJF should be one of the few wrestlers that Tony Khan should be throwing large sums of money at MJF. But I feel like and though his frustrations are justified, I feel like the way MJF is handling this entire situation is a bit ridiculous. Like like kind of unprofessional. So he should probably chill out a little bit. But yeah, that's all I got to say on that. So speaking of MJF, well, let's talk about the AEW Double or Nothing 2022 review. Let's start off with that. So, right off the bat, let's talk about the pre-show. So, the pre-show, right, involved Hook and Danhausen going against Tony Nese and Smart Mark Sterling. To be like, I'm going to give my quick thoughts on it. It was a fun match. Danhausen looked really good in his debut match. And Hook and Danhausen picks up the victory, and Danhausen is over as hell. Nothing much to say there. Now, let's talk about the main show. Let's first talk about MJF versus Wardlow. Woo! Speaking of MJF, this was one hell of an opener. Like, the crowd in Las Vegas was fucking hot. Okay, like they wanted to put MJF's head on a spike. Okay, because of course they were pissed at the time, and rightfully so, that he didn't like that he didn't appear at the meet and greet. So there's like like so much fucking heat on MJF and basically calling MJF an absolute asshole. And like, but then Wardlow comes out, and it was basically a squash match, which was definitely the right call by AEW. Wardlow destroys MJF. Like, MJF tried to escape from this match or tried to cheat from this match, but ultimately it didn't work. Wardlow absolutely destroyed MJF, and Wardlow defeated MJF, and he is now officially signed with All Elite Wrestling. Great payoff to a phenomenal storyline. Yeah, great stuff to open up Double or Nothing. After that, so yeah, great stuff. Wardlow is officially signed to All Elite Wrestling. After that, we got the Hardy Boys going against the Young Bucks. Elite versus Elite. Now, this was still a great matchup, but you can tell in this match that the Hardy Boys are not as they're used to. Like, basically, they're not the fast, high risk. Well, they're still high risk, but they're not like the fast Hardy Boys like they were in their early years. But to be honest, I feel like the Hardy Boys still held their own enough against the Young Bucks. This was still a great matchup by both of these teams, and the Hardy Boys picked up the victory over the Young Bucks. Now, a lot of people online are saying that this was a generational carry job by the Young Bucks, and the only reason why this was a great match was because of the Young Bucks. And unfortunately, I'm gonna have to agree because again, the Hardy Boys were very slow in that matchup, and I feel like if the Young Bucks weren't as great as they are, I feel like this matchup would have suffered a bit. So yeah, it's still a great matchup. And like the Hardy Boys held their own long enough. You can tell that Jeff Hardy was a bit banged up a little bit. Reports are saying it was because of that Darby Allin match. And yeah. Now don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Like I still like Jeff Hardy. I I still want Jeff Hardy to do some crazy spots, but I want him to do less of it. Okay, because now he has had a point in his life where he can't do crazy spots 24/7. He needs to chill out with that a little bit if he wants to continue wrestling. Okay, so that's not saying that he should stop doing hardcore, crazy, extreme spots altogether, but he needs to do a little less of it. Just saying. But yeah, it's still a great matchup between the Hardy Boys and the Young Bucks. After that, we got Jade Cargill going against Anna Jay for the TBS Championship. Of course, it was a great matchup by both of these ladies. To be perfectly honest with you, I thought this was Jade Cargill's best matchup to date. This was her best matchup of her career so far. Like I thought this was a great matchup by both of these ladies. Like these both Anna Jay and Jade Cargill have great chemistry with one another, and it definitely shows. Okay, this was great stuff. The baddies try to interfere in the matchup. Obviously, Anna Jay held her own, but then Stoke Hathaway, Malcolm Bivens made his debut, helping out Jade Cargill, and Jade Cargill picks up the victory over Anna Jay. Us, and then so Malcolm Bivens is officially all elite. He's officially all elite, which is fucking awesome. And the fact that he's managing Jay Cargill is fucking amazing. A match made in heaven. So after that, the baddies, Jay Cargill and Kiera Hogan and Red Velvet, were going to attack Anna Jay, but Chris Statlander came for the save, tried to even the odds. But then Athena, finally, Athena, the former Ember Moon, made his debut, made her debut, and she went face to. Of course, she got Chris Statlander, Anna Jay's back, and the baddies retreated. But Athena is finally all elite. AEW and Tony Khan made the right call signing her. I'm so fucking happy. She's gonna bring a lot to the AEW women's division. After that, we got Dead Triangle versus the House of Black. And what else is there to say other than the fact that this match was a match of the year candidate? Holy fucking shit. Go out of your way to watch Dead Triangle versus House of Black. As a matter of fact, there are 5 match of the year candidates that are in this pay-per-view that I recommend you go out of your way to watch. Dead Triangle versus House of Black is one of them. Okay, I really recommend you go out of your way to watch this match. This match was an absolute war. And then, after all of this, the House of Black defeats Dead Triangle thanks to the help of Julia Hart. That's right. Julia Hart is now a member of the House of Black. And they pick up the victory over Dead Triangle. But yeah, nothing else to say other than the fact that this was a match of the year candidate. Now, after that, we got Adam Cole going against Samoa Joe in the finals of the men's Owen Hart tournament. And this was a great match. like this is another match that there's really nothing else to say other than the fact that it was a great match. Adam Cole picks up the victory over Samoa Joe, and he wins the first ever men's Owen Hart tournament. And then we got the finals of the female Owen Hart tournament as Britt Baker went against Ruby Soho 1-on-1. This was a good match between both of these ladies, but Britt Baker picks up the victory over Ruby Soho. Now, I'm not going to lie, I did not like this result. Like, why did you give the win to Britt Baker? She's already a made woman. Like, seriously, she's already a made woman. I don't understand why you got to give Britt Baker, why you want to have Britt Baker win the entire female tournament. Like, I thought this was Ruby Soho's time, but clearly that's not the case. Now, I'm going to give AEW Tony Khan the benefit of the doubt because this company deserves the benefit of the doubt. Unlike another company, but I don't want to get to them because I don't want to make certain drones mad. Okay, but like this, but I'll give AEW the benefit of the doubt. Maybe this could lead to a Ruby Soho heel turn, or maybe Tony Khan is saving up this special moment for later, and like Tony Khan is playing how Ruby Soho can win the big one, and Tony Khan is saving that special moment in the near future. Like, and I think the way because we got a tag team rematch between Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter and Ruby Soho and Toni Storm, and the way that match happened, it looks like they're going that direction. It looks like they're saving that special moment for later. It looks like Ruby Soho is not going to turn heel. Okay, but as long as they have Ruby Soho as a big part of the women's division again, because before the Owen Hart tournament, Ruby Soho was basically just an afterthought. So as long as AEW is not treating Ruby Soho as an afterthought, like, I don't mind Britt Baker winning the tournament. That doesn't necessarily mean I'm a fan of it. To be perfectly honest, they should have gone with Ruby Soho. But yeah, as long as they keep Ruby Soho in a prominent role, I'm perfectly fine with Britt Baker winning. But after that, we got the Owen Hart tournament ceremony, and the titles look beautiful. Like, Adam Cole and Britt Baker ended up getting these pink titles, which look beautiful. And then Martha Hart gave the speech, the crowd chanting Owen, and basically Martha Hart teased another Owen Hart tournament sometime next year. So it looks like the Owen Hart tournament is here to stay. Hell fucking yeah. I cannot wait till the second Owen Hart tournament. Now, after that, we got Sammy Guevara, Ty Conti, and Frankie Kazarian going against Scorpio Sky, Ethan Page, and Paige Van Zandt, the Man of the Year. And if you guys know me, then you guys know that I fucking hate this storyline, and I hated this build to this matchup. But nevertheless, this was still a good matchup. And if the Men of the Year won, then Sammy Guevara would never get another shot at the TNT title. And that is exactly what happened. Thank God. The Men of the Year picks up the victory in a good enough matchup. And no more. Sammy Guevara won't fight for the TNT title as long as Scorpio Sky is champion. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Woo! Finally, that is over and done with. Also, Paige Van Zandt also looked very good in her matchup. She wasn't exactly perfect. There's still a couple things she needs to work on, but I thought she did good for the most part. But yeah, I am so fucking happy. The Men of the Year Sammy Guevara storyline is finally over and we can move on from this mess. Thank God. So, very happy about that. Next up, we got Darby Allin going against Kyle O'Reilly. Great matchup by both of these men. Both men beat the living shit out of each other. Like, there's nothing really else to say other than the fact that this was a great matchup. And surprisingly, Kyle O'Reilly picks up the victory over Darby Allin, which was very surprising. But I really don't mind it. So there's that. After that, we got Thunder Rosa going against Serena Deeb for the AEW Women's Championship. And my God, this is another match of the year candidate. Two of the best female wrestlers on the planet going at it between Thunder Rosa and Serena Deeb. And my God, that was a phenomenal matchup by both of those ladies. Thunder Rosa picks up the victory in a tough fight against Serena Deeb. But yeah, this is another matchup you should go out of your way to watch. And a matter of fact, the final four matchups are match of the year candidates. Okay, I'm just going to say that right now. The final four matches are match of the year candidates. Starting with Thunder Rosa versus Serena Deeb, that is a match of the year candidate. Next up, we got the Anarchy in the Arena. Jon Moxley, Bryan Danielson, Eddie Kingston, Santana Ortiz, my boys, going against Chris Jericho, Jake Hager, Angelo Parker, Matt Menard, and Daniel Garcia, the Jericho Appreciation Society, Anarchy in the Arena. And guys, this was literally anarchy in the arena. My God, this match was fucking chaos. And I loved every single second of it. Holy shit, what a match. Holy mother of God, that was awesome. Like, guys, if you guys love, like, just straight up brawls, okay? Like, this wasn't a wrestling match. This was a straight up fight. Go out of your way to watch this matchup. And literally during the matchup, Eddie Kingston came out looking like a fucking serial killer, drenched in blood, having a gasoline canister. And he was going to burn Chris Jericho alive. And of course, Bryan Danielson stopped him. And then both men just beat the shit out of each other. And obviously, of course, Jon Moxley tried to stop it. Chris Jericho took advantage. And the Jericho Appreciation Society picks up the victory over Mox, Bryan, Kingston, Santana, and Ortiz. But yeah, it's not the end of the rivalry between both of those teams. And matter of fact, we got a major development happen during AEW Dynamite tonight, but we will get to that once we talk about AEW Dynamite tonight. But yeah, like, go out of your way to watch this match. This match was so much fun to watch. After that, we got an Andrade segment, as, of course, the Andrade family office is no more. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, I'm so happy. Woo! Holy shit. Finally. So that's over and done with. Everyone's going their separate ways, which is good. And then Andrade signed basically signed Rush. He got Rush into AEW. So Andrade and Rush, the original Los Ingobernables, is back. Okay, back together, which is fucking amazing. This is something that Andrade desperately needs. And to be perfectly honest with you, I don't mind Andrade and Rush becoming the new AEW Tag Team Champions, but that's just me. But this is something that Andrade desperately needs. So I'm glad that AEW hasn't given up on Andrade yet, and they're going the original Los Ingobernables route, which is fucking awesome. After that, we got Jurassic Express defending the AEW Tag Team Championships against Team Taz, Ricky Starks, and Will Hobbs, and Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland. This is another match of the year candidate. Holy shit, what a matchup. And then, of course, after the Hardfall matchup, Jurassic Express picks up the victory over Team Taz and Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland. To be perfectly honest, I thought it was Ricky Starks and Will Hobbs' time, but unfortunately, that's not the case. But next time, okay. But yeah, Jurassic Express picks up the victory. Their reign, they get to live to see another day with the AEW Tag Team titles, and Christian Cage did not turn heel whatsoever. Now we get to the main event of the evening. Hangman Page going against CM Punk for the AEW World Championship. And this is also a match of the year candidate. This match was fucking awesome. This match was amazing. Okay, and the main event, basically House of Black versus Dead Triangle, Thunder Rosa versus Serena Deeb, the Anarchy in the Arena match, Jurassic Express versus Team Taz versus Lee and Swerve, and Hangman Page versus CM Punk are the 5 match of the year candidates that you should go out of your way and watch. Okay, because those matches are phenomenal. And Page and Punk is no different. This matchup delivered. And the ending was also very, very interesting. Right? So, Hangman Page. So, Hangman Page, so Hangman Page was literally the referee's down. Hangman Page was going to hit CM Punk with the AEW World Championship, like he wanted to do it. And there was a lot of hesitation. But Hangman Page, put the title down. He did not go through with it. Hangman Page tried to do the buckshot, but then CM Punk hit him with the GTS. 1, 2, 3. So basically, Hangman Page's insecurities basically cost him the biggest prize in all of professional wrestling. So, yeah, I really enjoyed that ending. And CM Punk is now the new AEW World Champion. And we officially have the Summer of Punk 3. And I couldn't be more excited. Whew, man. So that was Double or Nothing. Overall, it was a great show tonight. It wasn't one of AEW's strongest shows. To be perfectly honest, I think Revolution in March was more of a strong show than Double or Nothing, but Double or Nothing was still a great show. I basically enjoy myself. I basically enjoy everything from top to bottom. But yeah, great stuff by AEW. Now we got to talk about AEW Dynamite, because holy shit, the Dynamite after Double or Nothing generational show. Holy shit. Let's talk about it. So we start off the show with CM Punk and FTR, the Bret Hart Appreciation Society. Obviously, they're not called that, but I'm calling them the Bret Hart Appreciation Society, going against Max Caster and the Gun Club. This was a one-sided but very fun matchup. Obviously, CM Punk and FTR picks up the victory. After that, CM Punk and FTR cut a promo. CM Punk literally called out anyone from New Japan Pro Wrestling to face him. And the ace of professional wrestling basically accepts CM Punk's challenge, and we got our first matchup announced for Forbidden Door. CM Punk defending the AEW World Championship against Hiroshi Tanahashi. I'm so hyped. I am so fucking hyped for this matchup, bruh. CM Punk versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. Take my fucking money, bruh. Take my money. So we got our first matchup announced for Forbidden Door. CM Punk versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. Man, I'm so fucking hyped. I am so fucking hyped for that matchup. After that, we got the MJF promo, and holy shit. Holy shit. First of all, I think this is a work shoot. I think this is a half work, half shoot promo with MJF. But because, of course, Tony Khan literally allowed him to speak on the mic. So something must have worked out in order for that to happen. But holy shit. MJF just cut the best promo of his entire fucking career. This promo right here, this promo alone just goes to show that MJF deserves the CM Punk money, deserves the Bryan Danielson money. He deserves all the fucking money. Okay, throw him the G's. Okay, he absolutely deserves it. Tony Khan would be fucking stupid if he didn't pay him like a lot of like MJF should be one of the highest paid wrestlers in the AEW roster. And this promo fucking proves it, bruh. This promo was phenomenal. Phenomenal. Okay, this gave me pipe bomb vibes. Like, you got MJF basically saying that, oh, like Tony Khan is going to save that money so that way he can sign more ex WWE talent. And MJF literally said that. And he also said to Tony Khan that he is a fucking mark. But obviously, it was censored in the United States. But obviously, the uncensored version got out, and holy shit. Woo, man. Oh my God. Like, this gave me pipe bomb vibes. This was basically the pipe bomb of 2022. Holy fucking shit. Now, obviously, it was confirmed that this was not a work, but AEW and MJF turned this into an elaborate work. And my God, what a generational work it is. Holy shit. If you guys have not seen this promo yet, go out of your way to do so. My God, that was crazy. Yeah, I like literally me explaining it won't do it any justice. Go out of your way to watch this MJF promo. After that, we got the Johnny Elite Open Challenge. John Morrison basically have an open challenge to face somebody, and that opponent is the returning Redeemer himself. Miro is back. Miro is back. He accepted the open challenge and he destroyed Johnny Elite. Miro is fucking back, boys. Miro is fucking back, and I couldn't be happier. Okay, people have been wanting Miro to return, me included. So the fact that he made his return tonight, I lost my fucking shit. And rightfully so. I am so fucking happy Miro is back. After that, we got the Jericho Appreciation Society segment. And of course, they're basically bragging about how they defeated the Blackpool Combat Club and LAX in the Anarchy in the Arena. After that, Eddie Kingston and William Regal interrupted them. And basically, Eddie Kingston and William Regal challenged the JAS to blood and guts. And William Regal basically said the line. He said, blood and guts. So that was fucking awesome. Like, originally, the Jericho Appreciation Society said no, but like Eddie Kingston went and try to beat the crap out of Jericho, but he gets assaulted by the rest of the J as Hager, Menard, and Parker. But while that's happening, Ortiz attacked Jericho and cut his hair. Obviously, the rest of the J as sees it. Ortiz retreats. Jericho didn't like it, so Jericho agreed to those terms, and the J as accepts Kingston's challenge. And Blood and Guts is happening on June 29th. But before that, we're going to get Chris Jericho versus Ortiz in a hair versus hair match at Road Rager on June 15th. So, yeah, the month of June is packed. It's fucking packed, bruh. It is packed to the brim. Packed to the fucking brim. Okay. So yeah, like, woo, like great segment, and I cannot wait for Blood and Guts. After that, AEW show footage of Jay Lethal, Santam Singh, and Sanjay Dutt attacking Samoa Joe backstage at Double or Nothing. Nothing too crazy there. They're just continuing to show they're just continuing the story with Samoa Joe and Jay Lethal. After that, we got the Undisputed Elite, Red Dragon, the Young Bucks, and Hikuleo of the Bullet Club going against Jurassic Express, Christian Cage, Matt Hardy, and Darby Allin. And holy shit, this matchup had no right to go as hard as it was. But holy shit, they went hard on this matchup. This was a very fun 10-man tag. This was an incredible matchup by all 10 of these men. Obviously, the Undisputed Elite picks up the victory as Matt Jackson actually pinned Jungle Boy, which I thought was very, very interesting. But yeah, incredible match. Awesome, awesome stuff. After that, we got a quick Keith Lee, Swerve Strickland interview. Obvious, they were like nothing too crazy. They were with celebrities, but again, nothing too crazy. After that, we got an Athena interview, and oh my god, this segment was fucking awesome. So Athena was being interviewed, but then Jay Carthill, the baddies, and Stokely interrupted, talked shit about Athena, but then, of course, Chris Statlander and AJ came for the save. They came for the save. They all went face to face. The referees trying to separate these ladies, and my god, man, whoo! Holy shit. Holy shit. Like the TBS title scene is fucking stacked. And I loved every second of it. The Athena Jay Carthill rivalry, I am loving it already. I am absolutely loving it already. After that, we got Wardlow going against JD Drake. He finally got his music. Unfortunately, it's not War Pigs. It's just his original theme. But then Wardlow, it was a one-sided matchup. It was a squash match. Wardlow destroys JD Drake for the win. But then after the matchup, Mark Sterling came out and basically is suing Wardlow on the behalf of all the security guards that Wardlow destroyed. And then Wardlow basically just rips up the paper and just destroyed the security guards again, which I thought was awesome. The crowd popped, the crowd went insane, and Wardlow is massively over once again, thanks to MJF, which again, he should be getting paid lots and lots and lots of them monies. Okay, Tony Khan, make it happen. After that, we got the Men of the Year being interviewed, and it was basically announced that on Rampage this Friday, we got Scorpio Sky defending the TNT Championship against Dante Martin. So, yeah, very excited for that matchup. After that, we got Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter going against Ruby Soho and Toni Storm. And my God, this was a great match between all four of these ladies. Even Britt Baker did a good job in this matchup. But This was this was a great match by all four of these ladies. Ruby Soho actually pinned Britt Baker, getting her revenge. She picks up the victory for her team. But then after that, Jamie Hayter attacked both Ruby Soho and Toni Storm with the Owen Hart title belt. Now this is the part of the video where we go over the stuff that is happening on Rampage this Friday and Dynamite next week. So here is the stuff that has been announced for Rampage this Friday. We got Scorpio Sky defending the TNT title against Dante Martin. The Young Bucks going against Dead Triangle, which is very interesting. And Athena going against Kiera Hogan. So Athena is making her debut on Rampage this Friday. And also on Dynamite next week, we got Hangman Page going against David Finlay, which is going to be a great matchup. I cannot wait for it. And now we get to our main event, Jon Moxley versus Daniel Garcia. This was one hell of a main event. This was a war between Jon Moxley and Daniel Garcia. Great stuff, brutal matchup all around. Chris Jericho tried to cost Jon Moxley the matchup, but Eddie Kingston came for the save, and Jon Moxley picks up the victory over Daniel Garcia. And basically, before the show ended, Jon Moxley basically said that he is on Eddie Kingston's side always, and he would be a part of the Blood and Guts match. Overall, this is without a doubt one of the best Dynamites AEW has ever produced in its history. And if you guys have not seen Dynamite tonight, go out of your way to do so, because this show is fucking awesome. And this show just goes to show that AEW is the best promotion in the world today. Okay? Like nothing comes close. So yeah, very big week for AEW, and they are just hitting home runs out of the water, which is fucking awesome. But yeah, I'm very excited. June is going to be very, very, very busy. But obviously, I'm going to be here as always to review AEW, of course, AEW content and just wrestling content in general. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the MJF situation, AEW Double or Nothing, and AEW Dynamite tonight. But I want to know what you guys think in the comment section. What do you guys think about AEW Dynamite tonight? Did you guys like it? Did you guys not like it? Was there something specifically you like? Was there something specifically you hate? I want to know what you guys think in the comment section. But thank you so much for watching. I know this video is a lot longer than usual, but I try to fit a lot in this video. So I hope you bear with me. And if you guys stayed for the entire video, I really, really appreciate it. But thank you so much for watching. Much, much appreciated. Again, if you guys like this video, make sure you leave a like, make sure you leave a comment. And if you guys like the content that I make sure you subscribe and leave the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my videos. But until next time, this is Gabriel, and I'll see you next time in the Asylum. Have a nice night, everyone.